Hey guys, welcome to my first Q&A here on YouTube. I asked my followers on Instagram to ask me questions and let's see what they've asked me. I haven't looked at the questions. The first question is, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. How about you? That's how I always answer. The second question is, I usually try to think in English, but when it comes to calculation, I get confused. Any good tips, please? Thank you. Well, I'd say it's a very good idea to start with basic terms such as multiply, subtract, add, and start practicing with basics and then add more to them and celebrate small wins, like when you can solve one math problem very easily by thinking in English and making sentences about every step you take. You can get better at it little by little. I hope it could help. So the next question is, do you have TTC classes, teacher? Currently not, but I'm planning on creating TTC courses, so stay tuned. The next question is, what is your favorite English song? Oh, that's a tough question. I can never answer favorite questions. Like when people ask me, what's your favorite food? I don't have one single answer. I really envy those who can answer such questions with one simple answer. I can't. I don't have one favorite food. I only have one favorite color, and that's blue. That's the only one I have. The rest of things are not one faves for me. I have multiple. I have so many favorite English songs. The next question is, how did you study to achieve that excellent score on the IELTS? Well, thank you. To be honest, I didn't do much revision or practicing. I merely relied on my knowledge of English because I had started learning it when I was 11 and had constantly been using it ever since. I only did some listening practice because my ears were mostly accustomed to American accent, so I needed to get better at at recognizing what British-speaking people were saying. So I did that. I listened to Cambridge IELTS listenings, books, I think 5, 6, and 7, yes. That's all, those 3. So it was 12 listening tasks because each book contains 4 exams. And I did try to practice some writing on my own. I didn't get tutored or anything, which I don't recommend for people who want to take the IELTS test. You need professional feedback and you need someone to help you with writing an organized essay. So do seek professional help, at least for your writing. And I never had any trouble with reading and speaking because, as I said, I relied on my knowledge. So yeah, that's how I did it. Then I have some hearts, lots of hearts. They're not questions. They've just sent me pink hearts, red hearts. One of my followers has said, only you and everything you love and your Cinderellas. Thank you. But I was expecting you to ask me a question, but it's okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, then what else do we have? What's the most creative excuse a student has given for not completing their assignment? Oh, I have a very good answer for this one. I had a really petite student. She was really tiny and short, and she was always pale. And whenever it was time for me to ask her questions or check her assignments, she would go like, teacher, I have leukemia and I only have 3 more years left of my life. And she was like 14. Like, you see how I look today? And she always looked pale. I am insisting that she looked pale. She said, do you see the look on my face? I was in the hospital today and they were changing my blood. And I was always sold for her excuse. She said this every single time and I felt so bad for her and I hated myself for asking her questions. I was like, what is English to such a person? Why do you ask her questions? Because we had to, you know, based on the institution guidelines and ethics, we needed to ask every single student. So yeah, then years later, one of my coworkers said, do you know that girl? And I said, yeah. It was not years later. I think it was 2 years later, yeah. She said, are you aware of the fact that she is faking it? And I said, no way. She said, I called her mom and she said, my daughter has never been to the hospital since she was born. Yeah. So the next question is, what's one grammar rule you wish people would stop breaking? Oh, that is a tough, tough question. There are so many rules they keep breaking. Not using the article a or an. You know, when they say there is restaurant across from our home. There is a restaurant. This really annoys me. There are so many, but I think this is the one I wish they would stop breaking. What's a common English word that even native speakers often mispronounce? Well, I need to think about this. I think it's literally, yes. Even native speakers find it hard to pronounce. Have you ever had a student teach you something about English that surprised you? Of course, of course. If you're a teacher, it doesn't mean you know everything about anything you're teaching. There are things you don't know, and students might use it in their speech or writing, and you will be caught by surprise, like, oh, what's that? You check the meaning and you see they've actually used it correctly. Yes, multiple times. No one knows everything. Nobody's perfect. The next question is, which book do you believe everyone should read at least once in their life? Why? Harry Potter, because Harry Potter. Because it teaches you life lessons. It helps your imagination grow. It's like you see that beautiful world up above your head when you close your eyes and you just wish you could go to Hogwarts at least once in your lifetime. Harry Potter, for sure. If you could invent a new English word, what would it be and what would it mean?
5 hours later.
Lie not. It means don't lie. It's a verb. Lie not. Do you know how they spell it? L-I-E-N-U-T. No space. L-I-E-N-U-T. Lie not. The noun would be lie notter. Double T-E-R. And the adjective would be lie knotted with an ed. And the adverb would be lie knottedly. It means honestly. Cool, isn't it? What's the hardest part of teaching English as a second language? Making people stop thinking in their mother tongue. Because they love thinking in their mother tongue and changing all the complicated structures they know in their mother tongue into English, which results in something difficult to understand, and it makes it frustrating for them to learn English and to make progress in English. Those who know how to think in English and put away their mother tongue win. The next question is, what is the most strangest? What's the strangest, right? Strange is just one syllable, so it gets D-E-S-T. The strangest word in English, simultaneously. I think it's very weird. And the last question is, if you could sit down and have coffee with any author, past or present, who would it be? J.K. Rowling, of course. I would love to know if she really is Rita Skeeter or some other character from the Wizarding World. And oh, there's one more. There's one more. It says, what's the funniest misunderstanding you have had, you have seen people have because of idioms or slang? Huh. I have lots, but I can't remember any, especially in slang. Like, I can't remember any in idioms or slang, but most people think infamous is pronounced as infamous and means not famous, which is not right. Anyone who is infamous is famous for a bad characteristic or something bad they did or a bad reputation. So yeah, that's it. Those were the questions I got. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments and I will try and answer them in my next Q&A. Let me know if you would like me to do more of these. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it. And if you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye, guys.